Yes, good morning. Last class we have seen that costing of electrical energy. Into that we have seen that various types of cost of electrical energy. Okay, generally the expenditure of electrical energy generation requires or includes the fixed cost, the semi-fixed cost, and running or operating cost. Okay, last class we have seen that in detail. So today we will see the what is meant by the tariff and what are the different types of tariff. Okay, so the tariff and different types of tariff. So electricity tariff can be defined as the amount of money framed by the supplier for the supply of electrical energy to various types of consumers in known as an electrical tariff or electricity tariff. In other words, the tariff is method of charging a consumer for consuming a electric power. Okay, so more correct definition for the electrical tariff is that it is the total money charged for the per unit consumption of the consumer. Okay, it is the total money taken from the consumer for their per unit consumption of electrical energy in RES. Okay, that is nothing but the electricity tariff. Okay, so as we know that electrical power is consumed by the various types of load as we have seen in previous lecture. Okay, so all type of consumers should be charged for their per unit consumption. Okay, based on various factors, we have to assign if, various cost in areas for the particular consumption or per unit consumption of different types of consumer. So once I will repeat what is meant by electricity tariff or electrical tariff. It is the total amount of money framed by the supplier for the supply of electrical energy to various types of consumer, or it is the total amount of money taken taken from the consumer for their per unit consumption of electrical energy. So see over here the various state and minimum tariff and maximum tariff for that particular state. If we observe this table, it is found that the minimum tariff or per unit consumption or the um, how much money is taken for the per unit consumption of electrical energy, we will see in this table. Okay, so see here in the Haryana state, for per unit electrical energy consumption, the minimum tariff is 5.85 rupees and maximum tariff for the per unit consumption is 6.3 rupees. Okay, so also in Jammu Kashmir, 2.55 rupees per unit consumption and maximum is 4.55 rupees for the per unit consumption. If we observe this total table, it is found that in Delhi, the minimum tariff for the per unit energy consumption is 8.80 rupees. Okay, and maximum is 9.95 rupees for the per unit consumption. Maximum tariff, okay, is observed in Delhi and Maharashtra. Okay, in our Maharashtra state, for per unit electrical energy consumption, 8.93 rupees are charged from the consumer. Okay, and maximum 10.39 rupees are charged from the consumer for their per unit electrical energy consumption. Okay, so see over here in Chandigarh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, and Rajasthan, in various states, the minimum tariffs per unit energy consumption and maximum tariff for the per unit consumption of electrical energy is different. Okay, so we will see next. So what are the various types of tariff? Okay, indirectly, these types of tariffs are depends upon what factor should affect on the or what type of factors will affect on the tariff or what is the factors it will going to decide the tariff for the particular consumer. Okay, flat demand rate tariff, straight line meter rate tariff, block meter rate tariff, two-part tariff, power factor tariff, first sorry seasonal rate tariff, and peak load tariff, and three-part tariff. Okay, so these are the various types of tariff. As I said earlier, the tariff is nothing but what? It is the total amount of money charged for the per unit electrical energy consumption from the um, consumer by the supplier. Okay, so see over here, what are the various types of tariff? Okay, uh, the question will be asked like this: define the terms electrical tariff and enlist the various types of electrical tariffs. Okay, two more question or four more question will be asked. Okay, so remember this point is very important. What are the various types of electrical tariff, or what are the different types of electrical tariff? Okay, so see over here the flat demand rate tariff, straight line meter rate tariff, block meter rate tariff, two-part tariff, power factor tariff, and seasonal rate tariff, and peak load tariff, and three-part tariff. These are the various types or different types of electrical tariff. As we know that the costing of electrical energy generation, it will be depends upon the three types of um, factor, like a fixed cost, semi-fixed cost, and running cost. Okay, so generation of electricity cost will must includes the fixed cost, semi-fixed cost, and running cost. Okay, so um, based on these cost, we are going to frame the tariff structure for the different types of consumer. Okay, for their per unit consumption. Okay, so the electricity tariffs generally depends upon the following factors. Okay, we have to remember this point because of this is very essential factors for those who are going to decide the tariff structure for the particular consumer. As we know that different types of consumers are charged for their different rate for their per unit electrical energy consumption. Okay, so what are the main parameters or factors that going to affect on the electricity tariff? That are, first one is types of load. Okay, types of load, it will be going to affect on the tariff structure. Okay, time at which the load is required. Okay, time duration required. Okay, next the power factor of the load. Okay, power factor of the load also going to decide the tariff. Okay, and the amount of energy used. Okay, so once again, I will enlist the what are the various factors that going to affect on the tariff or electricity tariff. Okay, the types of load and time for which the load is required, and the load power factor, and amount of energy consumed by that particular load. It will be affects on the electricity tariff. Okay, the total bill of the consumer has three parts, namely fixed charge and semi-fixed charge and running charge. Okay, so fixed charge is represented as a D, and semi-fixed charge is represented as AX, and running charge is represented as a BY. Okay, so as we know that the total bill of the consumer has three parts. Okay, first one is what? The fixed cost, which is represented as capital D, and semi-fixed charge, which is represented as capital A to the suffix small x, and running charges capital B to the suffix small y. Okay, so see over here, the C, that is what the total bill of consumer equal to what? A to the suffix small x plus B to the suffix small y plus D. Okay, so where C is what? The total charge for period, say 1 month. Okay, we are generally taking the bill from the consumer for the 1 month their electrical energy consumption. Okay, so C is what? The total charge for the period, say 1 month. Okay. Next, X is what? X is nothing but the maximum demand during the period. Okay. Since as we know that the semi-fixed charges are generally depends upon the maximum demand during the time period. Okay, and where y is what? The total energy consumed during the time period. Okay, so y is what over here? Because y is what? It is the running charges. Okay, so running charges are generally depends upon the total energy consumed by the particular load. Okay, so see over here, x is nothing but what? It is the maximum demand during the time period. Okay, because of it will be going to affect on the semi-fixed cost or semi-fixed charge. So see over here, capital A is what? The cost per kW or kVA of maximum demand. Okay, where A is what? Capital A is what? It is the cost per kilowatt or cost per kVA of maximum demand. Okay, and B is what over here? B is nothing but what? It is the cost per kilowatt hour of energy consumption. Means what? A capital A is nothing but what? The how much amount of kilowatt of power is consumed. Okay, and B is nothing but how much electrical energy is consumed. Okay, and next D is what? D is what? Fixed charges during each billing period. Okay, fixed charges. It is what? The total fixed charges during each billing time period. Okay, in this case, we have considered 1 month. It is the billing period or charge for a period. Okay, this is known as a three-part electricity tariff, and it is mainly applied to the big consumer. Okay, so next we will see. So this is what the detailed structure of electrical energy consumption costing. Okay, C is equal to what? Capital A into X plus B capital B into the suffix y plus d. Okay, where A is what? Kw cost per kW, B is what? Cost per kWh, X is what? Total energy maximum demand during the period, and Y is what? The total energy consumption, and D capital D is what? It is a fixed charge. Okay, so remember this formula is very important while explaining the three-part tariff as well as costing of electrical energy. So next we will see the flat demand or simple rate tariff. Okay, so this is what the first type of the electrical tariff. Okay, since I know that what is meant by electrical tariff, so tell me once again what is meant by electrical tariff. Anyone? So electrical tariff is nothing but what? It is the total amount of money framed by the supplier to the consumer for their per unit electrical energy consumption. Okay, so this is nothing but what? Electrical tariff. Okay, so the first type of the electrical tariff is what? Flat demand or simple rate tariff. Okay, this flat demand rate tariff is expressed by the equation C equal to A into X. Okay, so flat demand rate tariff or a flat demand tariff, it will be depends upon the how much amount of electrical power is consumed, and it is also depends upon the um, maximum energy that can be consumed by that particular consumer. Means what? C is equal to A into capital A to the suffix small x, where A is what? It is the cost per kilowatt. Okay, and X is nothing but what? Maximum energy or the maximum demand that could be consumed by that consumer during a given time period. Okay, so in this type of tariff, the bill of the power consumption depends on the maximum demand of the load X, and the total amount of power, that is what kW consumed by that particular load. Okay, the generation of the bill is independent of the normal energy consumption. Okay, so the in case of the flat demand tariff or the simple rate tariff, the energy bill is independent of the normal energy consumption. Means what? There is a since there is a no term b to the suffix small y, so it is independent of the normal energy consumption. Okay, next, this type of tariff is used on the street light, sign lightning, and irrigation etc. Okay, where the working hours of the equipment are unknown. Okay, where the working hours of the equipment are unknown. Generally, the simple rate tariff or the flat demand rate tariff, it will be applicable in case of The working hours of the equipments are unknown. Means what? For how much duration, we can't know the how much duration particular equipment going to utilizing the electrical power. So in that case we have to apply the flat demand tariff or simple rate tariff. Okay, the metering system is not used for the calculating such a type of tariff. Okay, in case of flat demand tariff or the simple rate tariff, there is no meter utilizer for the calculation of their per unit electrical energy consumption. Okay, so remember this point. Simple rate tariff or the flat demand tariff, it is independent of the energy consumption for a given time period. It is depends upon the total amount of electrical power consumed and maximum demand of the that particular load during the given time period. Okay, so remember this point. A simple rate tariff and the flat demand tariff is very important. Okay, next straight line meter rate tariff. Okay, straight line meter rate tariff. Okay, since in previous types of the tariff, that is what the flat demand rate tariff or the simple rate tariff, it is independent of the kilowatt hour. That is what the energy consumption by the consumer. It is only depends upon the maximum demand of the particular consumer and um, kilo total amount of in a total amount of power. That is what the cost per kW it will be depends. Okay, so simple rate tariff, it is generally applicable for the street lighting and irrigation purpose, where the working hours of that particular equipment or the system is unknown to us or unknown to supplier. Okay, so next type of the tariff is what? The straight line meter rate tariff. Okay, so this type of tariff is given by equation C equal to B into Y. Okay, so C is what? It is the cost or total bill of electrical energy consumption for a given time period. We say for a month. Okay, so C is equal to what? B to the suffix small y. Mhm. So see over here, B is nothing but what? It is the total amount of electrical energy consumption uh, during the given time period. Okay, so straight line meter rate tariff, it is generally depends upon the energy consumption of the load. The different types of bills are generated by the consumers. Okay, the charge for the different types of consumption depends upon the load and diversity factor of the load. Okay, for example, the tariff for small devices is less as compared to the power loads. Okay, hence different meters are used for the measuring the power consumption. Okay, hence different meters are used for the measuring the power consumption. In case of the meter rate tariff, we have to use the different meters for measuring the power consumption. Okay, so, remember this one. Straight line meter rate tariff C equal to capital B to the suffix small y. Okay, so this is generally depends upon the total energy consumption as well as the it will be depends upon the load factor as well as diversity factor of the load. Okay, so next we will see the third type of the tariff, that is what the block meter rate tariff. Okay, in this type of the tariff, the energy consumption is distinguished into a blocks. Okay, in case of the block meter rate tariff, the energy consumption is distinguished into a blocks. Okay, the per unit tariff of the individual block is fixed. Okay, the price of the block is arranged in the decreasing order. Um, Decreasing order, the first block has the highest cost and goes on decreasing accordingly. Okay, goes on decreasing orderly. Okay, the price and the energy consumption are divided into three blocks. The first few units of energy at a certain rate, the next at a slightly lower rate, and the remaining units at a very lower rate. Okay, so see over here in the graph. Okay, in case of the block rate tariff or the block meter rate tariff, the all consumers are grouped into three blocks. Okay, are grouped into three blocks. Block one, block number one, block number two, and block number three. Okay, so see over here in the graph, the charges in rupees are plotted against the y-axis, and unit consumed is plotted on the x-axis. Okay, so um, these blocks are arranged in such way that they are decreasing order of electrical energy, uh, decreasing order of their electrical um, energy or unit consumed. Okay, in a first block, the electrical energy consumption is very less. In second block, the electrical energy consumption is different, or it is greater than that of the first block, and electrical energy consumption in third block is highest than that of the block number 1 and block number 2. If we observe this graphical representation of the block meter rate tariff, we will observe that the cost or charges in rupees for the per unit electrical energy consumption for the first block is less because of their electrical energy consumption is less. In second block, their electrical energy consumption is more, so that should be charged for the high charges. Okay, for their per unit electrical energy consumption. In third block, it is observed that their per unit number of unit consumed by that block number 3 consumers are more, so these are charged for the highest rate. Okay, so remember this type of tariff, that is what the block meter rate tariff. Okay, in this generally the all type of consumption is distinguished into a blocks. Okay, the per unit tariff of the individual block is fixed. Okay, per unit tariff for the individual block is fixed. For a single block, uh, is charged for their per unit consumption at a fixed rate. Okay, but the second and third block is also charged for their per unit consumption at a different rates. Okay, so remember this one. Block meter rate tariff is very important. In this block meter rate tariff structure, the price of the block is arranged in the decreasing order. Price of the block is arranged in the decreasing order. The first block has the highest cost and it goes on decreasing accordingly. Okay, goes on decreasing accordingly. So next, we will see the next type of the tariff, that is what the two-part tariff. Two-part tariff. As we know that fixed cost and the semi-fixed cost are involved in the generation of electrical energy. Okay, since we know that the simple rate tariff or the flat rate tariff, it will be depends upon the per unit, depends upon the amount of power consumed by the consumer, and two point straight line meter rate tariff is depends upon the maximum amount of electrical energy consumption. Okay, uh, so see over here, in case of the two-part tariff, in such a tariff, the total bill is divided into two parts. The first one is fixed charges and second one is the running charges. The fixed charge is because of the maximum demand, and the second charge depends upon the energy consumption by the load. More correct, in the two-part tariff, the total billing or the total charge for the per unit consumption of electrical energy is assigned in such way that it will be depends upon the amount of maximum demand of that particular load, as well as the total energy consumption by that load. Okay, so see over here the formula for the two-part tariff is given by C equal to A to the suffix small x plus capital B to the suffix small y. Okay, so C can be also represented as A into kW plus B into kWh. Okay, the factor A and B may be constant and vary according to the some slidings. Okay, as we know that where A is what? It is the total cost per kilowatt hour, and B is what? It is the cost per kWh hour. That is what the B is nothing but what? It is the cost per unit electrical energy consumption, and A is what? Cost per kilowatt consumption. Okay, so remember this point. This is the very important two-part tariff. Okay, next, power factor tariff. The next type, or the very important type of the power tariff of electrical energy, power factor tariff. The tariff which depends on the power factor of the load is known as the power factor tariff. Name itself indicating that the tariff which is depends upon the power factor of the load is known as a power factor tariff. Okay, means what? The power factor tariff, it will be totally depends upon the load power factor. Okay, the power factor tariff is mainly classified into two types. Okay, kVA maximum demand tariff and kWh and kVA RH tariff. Okay, so kVA maximum demand tariff, this is also a two-part tariff. Okay, kVA maximum demand tariff is nothing but the two-part tariff. Okay, the total charges C equal to what? A into kW plus B into kWh, or A into kVA plus B into kWh. Okay, the low power factor increases the kVA rating of the load. Okay, means what? Power consumption in kW or kVA is less, means what? The total charges for the power factor tariff is less. Okay, so the low power factor increases the kVA rating, means what? If the load having the less power factor or the minimum power factor, it will going to consume the more and more kW or kVA. So the kW or kVA going to increase, means what? The total charges for the per unit electrical energy consumption for that particular load will going to increase. Okay, so minimum the kVA, minimum the power factor, higher will be the kVA of that particular load. Means what? The power consumption of a particular load, it will be inversely proportional to the load factor. Means what? The load factor of the particular electrical load is less, means what? We can definitely say that that particular load going to consume the more and more electrical power. Okay, so consumer has to upgrade its power factor to a high value. Okay, next, the type of power factor tariff is nothing but the kWh and kVA RH tariff. Okay, the bill is calculated by the sum of the kVA RH and kWh rating of the load. Okay, so the total charges is equal to what? A1 into kWh, B1 into kVA RH. Okay, the kVA RH is inversely proportional to the power factor of the load. Okay, means what? The total energy consumption of the particular load, it will be inversely proportional to the power factor of the load. Means what? The total amount of electrical energy consumed by that particular load, it will be inversely proportional to the power factor of that particular load. Means what? The load power factor will be lesser, means what? The total energy consumption is higher. Total energy consumption is higher. Okay, means what? Indirectly the load factor is lesser, means what? The power consumption by that particular load will be higher one, or energy consumption of that particular load will be higher. Okay, so this is very important, power factor tariff. Okay, and next, third type of the power factor tariff is sliding scale or average power factor. Okay, in this case, or in this type of the power factor tariff, that is what the sliding scale or average power factor tariff, we have to decide with some reference power factor, load power factor. If the power factor at the consumer is end is low, then the consumer has to pay the additional charges with respect to reference. Means what? While assigning the charges for the per unit consumption of electrical energy for the particular consumer based on their power factor, we have to decide first of all a reference power factor. Means what? We can say that 0.95 lagging power factor is considered as a reference. If the load power factor is observed lesser than that of the 0.95 lagging, then that type of consumer is charged for the additional charges. Okay, and if it is found that the load power factor will be greater than that of the 0.95, then we can say that particular consumption of electrical energy is lesser one. That's why that particular load should be um, um, facilitated with some discount value, or we can say that discount will be given to the consumer. Means what? If the power factor of the load end is above the range or above the reference value of the power factor tariff structure, then we have to provide the discount to that particular consumer. Okay, this is what the sliding scale tariff. Okay, in case of the sliding scale tariff, we have to decide the one reference tariff, one reference power factor value, say 0.95 lagging. If the power factor is observed lesser than that of 0.95, in that case we have to assign that particular consumer with the additional charges, and if it is greater than or above is observed, means what? We have to provide the discount to that type of consumer. Okay, so next, seasonal rate tariff, or sixth type of the tariff, that is what the seasonal rate tariff. Such a type of tariff measures the high price in kWh used by the consumer in a one complete year. Okay, means what? In seasonal rate tariff, what we have to do? We have to observe, or we have to note, or we have to calculate the total amount of electrical energy consumption for the complete 1 year. Okay, so if the low consumption occur in the year, then it called the off-peak season tariff. Okay, off-peak season tariff. Okay, means what? In case of seasonal rate tariff, what we have to do? We have to observe the total amount of electrical energy consumption for the one complete year. Okay, in a particular season, if we observe that the electrical power consumption of that particular load is higher in the particular season, we can say that on peak season tariff. And if the low consumption is occur in that particular season in the year, then it is called as the off peak season tariff. Okay, तर सिंपल काय आहे की सीझनल रेट टेरिफ मध्ये काय केलं जातं, एका वर्षासाठी अं, एखाद्या पर्टिक्युलर कन्झ्युमरचं ऑब्झर्वेशन केलं जातं की तो कितीपर्यंत मॅक्सिमम इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी कन्झ्युम करतो. ओके, आणि आपल्याला असं ऑब्झर्व आलं की त्या पर्टिक्युलर इयरमध्ये त्याने मॅक्सिमम इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी कन्झ्युम केली, तर तेव्हा त्याला आपण काय म्हणू, ऑन पीक सीझन टेरिफ त्याला अप्लाय करू. आणि जेव्हा जर त्याचं कन्झम्पशन रेफरन्स व्हॅल्यूपेक्षा कमी आलं त्या पर्टिक्युलर इयरमध्ये, तर त्या टाईपच्या टेरिफला आपण तिथं ऑफ पीक सीझन टेरिफ असं अप्लाय करू. ठीक आहे. नंतर आहे बघा पीक लोड टेरिफ. ओके, similar to that of the off-peak, on-peak season tariff, this is what the peak load tariff. Okay, such a type of tariff is similar to the peak load tariff. Okay, the only difference is that the seasonal tariff measures the peak hours of the year, and the peak tariff calculates it for the day. Okay, peak load tariff, it is generally calculated for the day. Okay, and peak season tariff, it is calculated for the 1 year. Okay. If the power consumption is high, then it is known as the on-peak tariff, and for the low power consumption, it is called as off-peak load tariff. Okay, the peak load and the seasonal tariff both are used for the reducing the idle or standby capacity of the load. Okay, peak load tariff is generally used for the reducing the idle or standby capacity of the load. Okay, peak load and seasonal tariffs. Okay, so remember this point as a point of examination view or as a point of MCQ test view. It is very important. Means what, the which type of tariff structure is used for the reducing the idle or standby capacity of the load. We have to hit on the peak load tariff. Okay, then three-part tariff or the uh, flat rate tariff. Okay, three-part tariff. At the time of starting of our lecture, we have this studied the costing of electrical energy. In that, we have seen that generating of electricity having the three cost. Okay, fixed cost, semi-fixed cost, and running cost. Okay. Uh, so see over here in the three-part tariff, the per unit electrical energy consumption bill is depends upon the amount of electrical power consumed, okay, and total amount of electrical energy consumption, and running charges of that particular power plant. Okay, so the three-part tariff is in the form of C equal to the bill in RS is equal to what? A to the suffix small x plus B to the suffix small y plus capital D, and it is applied to the big consumer. Okay, so this is what the three-part tariff. Okay, as we know that A is means what? Cost per kilowatt consumption, and B is what? Cost per kWh consumption. Okay, X is what? It is the maximum demand of load, and Y is what? Maximum energy consumption or maximum kWh consumption. Okay, and D is what? Running charges or running cost of that particular power plant. Okay, so remember this point. So this is a detailed structure of electrical tariff and its types. Okay, so remember this point. The electrical tariff is very important because of our electrical energy generation going to uh, utilization of uh, thousands of crore money. Okay, while installation of electrical power plant up to the uh, supplying of electrical energy to the consumer. Okay, since the money is required for the generation as well as transmission and distribution of electrical energy, we have to charge a money or the we have to frame a money for the per unit electrical energy consumption of different types of consumer. Okay, so electrical tariff structure is very important. Okay, so in this way we have seen that the detail of first unit, that is what the economic aspect of electrical power generation, what are the various factors of will going to affect on the electrical power generation, and various factors will decide the electrical tariff, and what are the various types of electrical tariff, what is meant by the various uh, terms which is used in electrical power system while assessing the economic aspect of electrical power system. That is what the connected load, maximum demand, demand factor, load factor, diversity factor, plant capacity factor, plant utilization factor, per unit electrical energy consumption, total amount of electrical energy produced, what is the installed capacity of the plant, all that things we have studied. And also we have studied the what is meant by the load curve and what is the load duration curve, and also we have solved some example how to plot the load curve and load duration curve from the given data. And also we have seen that how to plot the load duration curve from the load curve. Okay, so today we will stop over here. In this way we have studied in detail the first unit, that is what the economic aspect of electrical power generation. In this way we have completed the first unit. Thank you for joining with me. Thank you one and all. Okay, thank you. So today we will stop over here. Thanks.